Assalamu alaikum mbadiŋol na be konton atolla nal konton kafale ko drombi seyna musane ni jongul nata da mingata Mandinary nyimi kala tala Omar Badjie ko bi boldi la nyimi kala mari mansatalla na dane doron fa alma ala ya la jongo sonia kati ko Omar ketam fondin kelti mi yalonko bi ala family dana ka tolo moti mi an ka tilke be ata je kelu kon andu mol mi yalonko hanta ka taro doku albulan no madora na duila korda ko na jibimbe tana nyam bawo sayam feneti mi yalonko amandi ya baran kala dan doron fe nyimen ke dal family ti aterol anin akanunti anin gambia fondin kel ala se so sonde men mi yanko isa munya no bawo ala la jondi wo jondi ba nyimbalu woto lumbi nasilam be ba talan dankula te min ke tam mari masakala ambulan no madoro naje ila ko danyi be tal na nyaan
tele mod lamin jaaju
ka fa tele mod lamin jaaju
dol ka foni rongo
dol ka fa rongo
nte mbejang karo mumella
aka be jang karo belela
family la karo community la karo mansala karo ani mobe la karo parce que nte mu kayra molti andon nte mu mobe rongolati mobe le fana
matati
nyin akata sunuting
sunnoti
asuno ay dunia bele bendi ay dunia bele sunu wala na biring aketa dunia bele wulita aida physically malum ba fula nya manika kamala wala nganiola dol funtita kene bato dol fenkata sunna kono wala tinna mbe fondinkel be duwale be tentula ani kebal mume même be participer tanyin ko kata journalist wol mume ani man safana la mol mume la be ala drong wala be jola nyin kita fennet yembe lonko
nyin kita kuledi me ya lonko lañi ningolemu
gos malla hada madi ngobe wulla pour ka ko bitambe mo fala
ya hada madi be wulla be mo la pila fala
because ala drone ne a long men kita anin alama alay kafaro ke dinniwoy mem fata
alala ya lo men ke bar alama allah taala man so kafar ne man kafar ka
niaje dinningol wulta
emotion
lom amang easy
so
iman taw ye fana to ye ri ak wonyama
fana man taw karila so wonyama
andum mba fala man sa fana ko dinningol fana iman taw
ba fala man sa fana dinningol fana man taw ye menke
because aju fenke la wartale dal wala ne
so
mbe dindingol fondingel tentula mbe yamar indi oda aspect fana ko ye
sabarota
ye munya due process weke parce que man sa fango son tele ko il left tele pour Cairo e sabati andum ibe silo wala nale pour luwaye simfa sementano pour ayta ye nyum ko kisikisi ya jibe munebe bolato ni même botato man sabe sondale ko wolon to nyati ndal ngasi ngamurum badi ya ko tonke ngaji benkela nyame
ngamurun badi yala
so wala na amanjar ko tonke ka problem dol create kan so on dal na nyim banko Gambia kayra banko le mu andun altol alfal membe jang ali Cairo le fi jang andu Cairo wala nyanta sabati da andum alama ale wo Cairo sabati ndi
Cairo sabati Gambia banko mu
Mandinary tentude kabirin alkalo anin alfal anin konningal anin mom anin kombonot mume anin west coast mume alkalo mume sefol mume be natanen sakanna na busumbala constituency sefo akata bakele police fana jamal ya katale bila akata until today I was working with both the police and fenko dal
anin police man yomi
ka jeko Cairo sabati yalon two wrongs angalol kam for two wrongs kanon make it right
ako angalol kam for
two wrongs kanon wolong boyin kam buka wulu no yalam loi fenko be nyamen fo patient soto fo ke munya lati because ni bela tonya fangoto imam munya ye disota akela tonya fango yele mandi fango yake victimo tinda so walatna I'm very grateful grateful nkontanta bakele pour alfal ye diamo menke la fondinkel dindingol ye pour ye tenkung fom futata nyin jamano la mbed wala fondinkel ye alama ala yal so sima yala alama ayal so jata kendi ala alama ala yal so sutulola alama ala yal ke alfa kendolting fon ndel fana nka yamaro ketentin kom alfa ka kendi
media kudo keta media la ndo will apologize la because dol
ben kambeng
tebe kambeng
anin ka sate doku
wo be tole
andi
kawleke
wati jannanu
ako wati jannanu
nin to na koto kenyul ni baka
ako na koto kel ninne bakan
akatale fo minute tanni lulu ni salfana dasata
ako akata minute tanni lulu ni salfana dasata
atata fo talankilin tambe da minute tansaba
atambi talankilin tambi da minute tansaba
ngel kafuda yiri wa kafu ye nyo yeto muta atata fo jannin 12 akabang
ako fonnin kel ka dete nyo bala wati kilin ron isaje ilafta menna wokake
atata fo nyi last wano
ako atata fo nyi labango
talansei
ako talansei
wala hapas 8
jebanda ako jebanta
inata loptano to bang
ako loptano bang
karan bi mimbe loptano
dala
nyinne mu Musa Kambay nyinne mu ala madiro
ako wala mudiro di Musa Kambay
fanam be jasiya
ako je bela siya bang
kera fanam salta dami
ako salta dami
ale anyati li wo nyamo
bantangol to
yo be fanam
yo bela si
man nan fonin kelli
ako to man nan fonin kelu
tentunge jey
aka be tentula be jeyla
kada ku ni ko testi doko
ako ni ko testi doko
foni moye misali mandinari
la
bar mandinari te misali la mola
ako mandinari te misali la mola
ni nata loptano
ako ni tata loptano to
wato mol kata yundumle
ako to mol kata yundumle
abotaje e nata ta lamen
ako abotaje tata lamen
kata nos laje jammol yaje ko
nga
nos bungoloja
nga kata nga nos bungoloja nga mansa kundaje
mam fere sotono sai koni sate mol salono
ako nata sate mol salono
ko se dindumol dila
ako se dindumol dila ise no sol dila men se aten
sate mol ye kaw di ñola
ako sate mol ye kaw di ñola
alkalba be koma sate alfal be nam be koma
ako sate alfal be koma
inata bungolo aketa
nosu bungotin
onos bumbe tamakan
ako hani kabi nos bungo be tamakan
be yirwa nyini na masakunda bulu
ako be yirwa nyini na masakunda bulu amankeno
folas ya jamela wato ay bungolo ay kiban Dr. Sambana akelaje komin 24 hours
ako komin 24 hours
ni lafita diara lola
ni ta do loptano
iba sotola otata sa se ni tandinte fon kundu min veleten loptano nying pour ka sansang because ko loptano nyanda ke la health center nga lopital molyo nyilinka wonyanda kala nyadile ay bundali tandinna fo jaye sansan ila ministre ma onata jena lindo jaye sansan jans ko price sansan ala ndema fo ngel wulita kalo ka je ko ka be sansan inshallah balten dulam bal jaye
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yes, actually it is tragic. I am also from this family. They are my uncles. I came all the way from Fuji to pay solidarity to the honorable member of Busumbala constituency, Honorable Muhammad Kante, and also the councillor of this ward. Strongly as we have gathered, Omar is already gone to his creator. But we all know the rule of law and the principles of transparency, accountability. This is what we are asking for. I also solemnly join the family in asking for its transparent accountability. This is what we want. We want to know the causes of his death. The perpetrators will be brought to justice. This is wholly and solely what we are asking. And as Muslims, we all know destiny is part of faith. Allah has destined this way, but it came through sabab. It came through a means and a purpose. And there are a lot of counter messages on. But we are not bothered about that. What we are bothered is what would the government took towards this matter. And this matter will not be silenced. We are all from families. Badjie Kunda, this is where my mom is from. So we'll join hands together with the youths of Mandinary and the family, and the people of Busumbala, and that of the Gambia, including everybody, to ask for justice of Omar. We've been having a lot of cases. As I'm standing to you, we are all victims. Aruna Jata of Kanila was broadly murdered by the Senegalese forces, occupancies, foreign forces. A week later, they were transferred and returned to Senegal with piecemeal. The government didn't say anything. Our own youth, who is also from Brok in Fonyi Kansala, Gobi, was murdered and thrown in a well. It's history of his case. Janke of Kanfenda, in my own constituency, was also murdered. History in that making. So I think the onus lies in all of us as countrymen, youth. Let's come, we follow the due process of the law without any intimidation. And we must say it crystal clear. This is our country. The peace and tranquility is unto all of us. We should cherish it and work together to maintain the law and order. But that doesn't mean this case will be silenced. I am listing a lot of numerous cases that this government had paid a deaf ear. And I think the youths of Mandinary, the National Assembly member of this constituency, Honorable Kante, and the two ward councillors, and all of us, the family of Badjie Kunda, relatives, loved ones, both home and abroad in Mandinary, this is a case that we should all rise to protect and make sure justice is served. That's the interest. That is our interest. We don't want to be in a government or in a country where issues will just be left dumb like that. I'm counting a lot of histories that have happened. People were killed, broad daylight, a panel will be set. Nothing has been done about that. But I know this one will be sampled with the way I'm seeing the youths of Mandinary, elderly. And when I heard the testimony of the Imam, I was shocked that our security forces will behave this way. If that of Jabang, security forces would loot money of people, they could do more heinous crimes than we are seeing. So on that note, I am also here as a family member. My mother is from Badjie Kunda, and this is an uncle of ours. So that's why I also came to pay solidarity with grief and sadness. A youth of this age has lost his life recklessly. And these are allegations that we are now saying, but investigation will show up. And I know postmortem have been conducted, and with that results, we'll be able to stand firm and pursue this case. This case will not die. Be rest assured. It will not be like cases we are talking. We are continuing asking, and we'll continue to ask. So it's sad, definitely, and I also urge all the youths of Mandinary to come and let focus on finding justice for Omar. And not only Omar, we fight justice for people who are killed recklessly in this country. On that note, I say assalamu alaikum.
Can I ask one question, please?
Yes.
Yes, I mean, having pumped over 2 million government security sector reform, still continue to see the same, I mean, what people call as reckless, behavior from people in force. What is your take on that?
Yeah, as I do say, I'm also part of defense and security of the National Assembly. Security sector is not organizing meetings, conferences. I can tell you, within the security, 6 security apparatus, all their bills from the coalition government till date, no bill is before Parliament. How can you reform the security without loss? The SIS bill is nowhere to be found. The police bill is nowhere to be found. The immigration bill is nowhere to be found. The GAVA bill is nowhere to be found. The prisons bill is nowhere to be found. So if you talk of reform, reform is not only centering in coordinating meetings, workshops, or travels. We need reforms by laws. So if those laws are not in place, it becomes difficult. So I urge the government to put their house in order. We are sick and tired of hearing reform, reform. What we want is laws that will complement some of these heinous crimes that we are facing. On that note, I think we as citizens, we should stood our ground and put a test to this government through our representatives that we must push this government to bring us laws that will serve the purpose of reform. If that doesn't work, I think it will just be like, I don't know what description would I even use. It will just be like a game that they will be playing for the rest of their term. And we are almost into election. 1 year, 4 months. People are served for a term. Nothing was done. They serve another term ending. Almost into 4 years. Yes, still those reforms are a problem. I can tell you, none of those reforms are into parliament. It's only the NSA, National Security Advisors Office, the bill that was passed just day before yesterday, finally. Apart from that, all the sister institutions, they're lost. Colonial laws, 1940s, 1950s, 18 something, the same laws. So when we talk about reform, these were promises that they have made to the Gambian people. And it's up to you, Gambians, to see whether this is a government that you could also be able to at least be in bed together. So I think it's crystal clear for us to know our purpose. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Wama khalaqtul jinna wal ins illa liya'budun." The purpose of human beings, creating jinns and human, is to worship. So in our worship, we will also be able to stand firm and help our country. It's sad for us to be speaking as Gambians. It's sad for us to be talking as Gambians. But it is the onus is you and us. And we also put tests to your representative. A representative is not only going to parliament, but ask them, what are they doing? What can they push to the government? They can join to make sure some of these changes are reasonable. But we can push to the latter. But the executive are the principals of those laws. So if they ignore bringing those laws, I am telling you, 6 institutions, none of those laws are before parliament. So in a serious government, this will tell you if they're really ready for reform. And we'll talk. We'll continue to talk. This government is not serious in any form of reform. So they cannot be wolf in sheep clothing against Gambians. So it is you who will be able to move. That's what we see. So on that note, I thank, and I also in solidarity with the family. And also him being the youth of Mandinary, let them stand up. It's not about intimidation. It's about pursuing what is right. And in law, it says justice delayed, justice denied. Let's not we will now be shouting as they know Gambians. When issues happen today, we'll be shouting for 1 week. After 1 week, things are buried. We have to follow. I am telling you, Aruna Jata was murdered, killed by the Senegalese forces in 2017. Yes, still, nobody is arrested. Gobi also, a soldier, killed and thrown in a well in Fonyi Kansala. Our sister also killed. Yes, still, all those things, no justice has been served to these people. So you see, one of our brother who was also arrested, the Alcaro and his brother, and taken to Senegal. They were there for almost 6 months. The brother is paralyzed, half dead. It is caused by the Senegalese forces within the Barrow government. So you see this, would we be comforted being bed with those people when our families are almost half dead? Our brother is already in Fonyi, in Karol, half dead. He cannot even walk. Eating, they do it for himself. He was severely tortured by the Senegalese forces and taken to Senegal, brought part dead. So I think I will also join the youth of this Mandinary through the honorable member and the ward councillors for us to pursue this case so that justice is seen to be served. Thank you very much.
Tafu ñing ko da ko adulum dingoti mel ko telam dinki bat say ko da ko indi no be mu adu ko let moti jam mel ko mo siyasat Omar kay mam problem sa because insaf ko ntil nga ñindi no be kulo 17 years me futu wala desi yalla be 18 years to la jam ndebe futu wala jam watra Omar fa man 10 years to indi no be insaf ntil nga ñindi no be kulo tam bu wala ko Omar ke de dinti mu yalla ko amanke dinti mu yalla ay problem no so tole hana be diam nanti fa buka nyabu la nyako ala nala diam fa na man fenke ba ke ter ya ba Omar dal ako jahalo wat iten tolbe wonni ko yakono paral ni boy so le problème no soto e boy so bay fay fitaran to la bunna to jam wol tambita nte fangol finti tan koy ko manni dal la jang al finti mol la ko da ko bos dol fango do fango dun tan koy finti manni la ko da ko yetiya gaso fay bundat watara mol natara bukan kon do sangol tiya gaso ya fay bundal to ay mobe disturb jang dol fango botal dun ta bungo natara dini mesol fango bente bloko dalo ma nyana kala ni na hanatro ko Umar amon mufa iko nyamole ja bloko aman broko ta bloko fo nyamole ba bloko hanni nyamol luway mum fo wota mande ni nge mo muta nyamola di momen ya han ko imanya na ma sengen da sambal luwale balon na aba ko ta mande le nyam bari wandi dum wali fa 5 blow ko ndol be dam ndol man jamu jam so na mangi justice ni tawar ndol fon ham plan Omar manta badela no fo damanto man justice bari alfa la ke nyalom comme te alfa la ko mol so so ne bula comme ya fo nyame rek ngake wonya
no min jala fe ni min kita Omar Talia realize ko yamuto ni min kita nyamuto wol trap
no nyamonte fo ñun man nyama foje de because kabintul ngi ñin ka fay man nyama foje kabri yalla ko Omar fatale o tamole ye nyama ko fintendina nde be leptanol to nde mo ma satante nde ni tol fangole jakardo mbe diam ki ka fanyi ko ngi foken dali nde fango ngen nak
so est ce que bi nga fam kan ni anata ñojo
no aman diam ndol nga ketru ngole tara Unko lafta diamala wala le because nte ka moy rumors la ko ye 100,000 di family la nte family ntol nga ako discuss le ko do mo manta mo la ko di mo tala jang special government mo manta mo la because ito la 100,000 woten tol dingo wulindi la no 100,000 ntol hanato ko masuto kabra nyin ko manken tol be balu kanne so ntol man jike tol la ito la 100,000 man tol sama dulado kabri be e ko do nate nan mun ndeke mal be mbe bunkone be finti tanale ika understand iko do hand over alkalo le bulo kon alkalo mala di jumala barente fo kabri ngo moy nga kel kumandi ibe nge kumandi banta mitino lan ko nga moy le ko rumos ye ko do di atol lale ko do ko di ya di alla nte mami bojam ko suntele ba tabil atol le ba domola woto mo moy ko do din sala pour nga do man tiyam fule mari dunya alkiyama because wo ko do 100,000 woten tol sambal woten tol dimo wolindila no molle ba fuka rek malong aseke no ko do ditale bare nte aman ko en nak aman ko en
okay wo kodo ko ni 100,000 ni defana to ko do moy je ko ni ko kodo ni amon 100,000 aussi do ko
45,000 so nte nga moy rumors la ko 100,000 no wala fo
atelier kodo ni comprendre le prix ça ko
no kodo mo maybe isake nin kulo kono la bare nte ko man ku kalam daje anun tanga mu fokele wala ko do momo yo ko do ta ka din tol nga balu wala ndol ma yam fe dunya alkiyam ka sun tala muso tijam na man ken det ko do ndol man ni dala ko do ya murundi ya sendil ni to ko do murundi no ya sendil tanga mu fe ko ni to ko do murundi no ya sendil e basol sang anin tasol ye samba jamingol te tala ko do kana do mo jam ko sun tol man ni dal 100,000 halata ko 200 even 1 million nom woten tol dingo wulindi lan ntol man nit abataber ndam man nit government la ko do without it all ntol be balu kan still sadamu ko ibuka sende ntol nga fole yalla mo hadama do fengo ni ye kalife mo munna ko imanta mutala imanya na mutala di mo ye kalife pareta imanya na fengo mutala aseke no ya mutale banente ko ma kala muta
ina tan ka kibalo fo ikaru mo
nka mo molle la ko do no metol le long etol ke banente ko nka wala foy ndeka moy mollal ko do ñin to le ko do di wala bar kabri nga moy wo suto fon ngebe be commandé nge sindi janale sa nakke baya nga ko ante nga moy le ko ñine ko do mun kamana atule ko do mutale bar ko do ko di ali amuta ñun bulo ko non nal ya dim tol nga demo ndema yam fale dunya alkiyama go so ko don tol man ni dal ko do sendi lam bay ko do tay basol sang anin tasul le tala jame ngol to tol man ni do ko do
okay
Peace, let me emphasize, peace. This case is never going to be compromised. This case is never going to be compromised. It is never going to be brushed under the carpet. Yesterday, I went to the Minister of Interior's office to have a meeting with him. Unfortunately, I couldn't meet him. I met with his DPS, Mr. Gassama, and he assured us that he is going to schedule another meeting with us with the minister. But nonetheless, we wrote a petition, a 4-point petition, and those 4 points are the immediate suspension and arrest of all the police officers involved in this case. Number 2 is to set up an impartial investigative team to investigate this issue. Number 3 is to arrest all those police officers charged for murder and be prosecuted. Failure than that, we gave them 7 days ultimatum to meet our demands. We want peace to reign. Wallahi, we want peace to reign in this country. But if government thinks that we are going to brush this case under the carpet, let them think twice, because we want to set a precedent to all the police officers in this country. Police officers are working for the Gambian people. That uniform they wore today, tomorrow another citizen can wear the same uniform. So when serving people, serve them with respect, dignity and understanding. And know that no matter how long it takes, you're going to put down that uniform and you are going back to the society. So if you humiliate that society, if you maltreat them, if you insult them, if you kill them, how are you going to fit in that society after your service to the nation? So that is a $1 million question each and every police officer should ask him or herself. We are not compromising this case. Wallahi, billahi, tallahi. This case is never going to be compromised. And if these police officers are not arrested and prosecuted, we are going back to the street. Let me make that clear. We don't want violence in this country. We don't want to make this country ungovernable. But if government wants to bend the rule, if government wants to bury this case, under the carpet, I will come back here, I will call the youth to the street. And we will make sure that this village is entirely blocked. Nothing comes in, nothing goes out. So before we reach at that level, let the government do the needful. They have the resources in their disposal to go ahead with this case to meet our 4-point demands in our petition. They have the resources. There is no way, absolutely no way, where they can tell us that we cannot meet this one demand or this two demand. They cannot. So I'm appealing, which I should not do, but I am appealing for the sake of the position they occupy. Let them treat this case with urgency and with every resources they have in their disposal so that peace can reign. In our petition, we gave them 7 days, and we are going to wait after that 7 days. On Friday, I have a meeting with the Minister of Interior. The meeting was supposed to be today. Yesterday, the DPS called me and said the minister wants to meet me. I told him, let him reschedule it because today is the burial. I cannot leave the burial here to go and meet him. So on Friday, inshallah, I'll be meeting the minister. And what I am telling you right now, I'm going to tell him the same thing with due respect. That's what I'm going to tell him. We are not compromising this case. Even if heaven is going to collapse on our head, this case is never going to be buried under the carpet. People have to go to jail for this. People have to go to jail for this. Let them put that at the back of their mind. These police officers have to serve a lifetime sentence. Apart from, that's the only compromise. Other than that, we are not accepting any other thing. Other than that, we are not accepting any other thing. I hope I am clear. And let me emphasize, I will do my best to make sure that peace reigns. The youth are not going out to vandalize people's property. I can assure them that. I can clearly assure them that. If they go to their various offices and houses, let them have peace of mind. But after our 7 days ultimatum, if we did not see any progress, or they want to play hanky-panky games with us, come on, man, we're going back to the street. Let that be clear. So thank you very much.
At least for 4 months, 5 months, or 6 months. If they go and do otherwise, it's unfortunate. What police philosophy, one of the OLIC, the Cabinet President Nata, he changed it to contact. CONTCAT. The first word, he starts with courtesy again. O, openness. N for neutrality. T for being tactful. At that time, these paramilitaries or para-military is called tactical support group. In the event that more Balantapurka arrest and you have to use force, Governor Kumaya battle, a police officer is empowered to use force. I always tell people, you must not use any force more than necessary. If you use any force more than necessary, you will be prosecuted by the end of the day if it is found to say that you have committed a crime. This is why you must not use any force more than necessary. After neutrality, T for being tactful, A, approachability, how you approach things, and C, he said consideration. And the last T, thoughtfulness. A police officer should be considerable. You should be thoughtful as well. And this helps you, the common sense of thinking. Wole can move going to decide many things. And Mandinary kapo kumine enkolea akon Kenya. Diambo mine enkolea Konya. So nimu pendeti mi alon noko. Anem talon nale. Dum police ol kela dimbayali.
Nyimingele tala Omar Badjie ti doron madu wala fo ala sala jango sune abadami final ma fi sala boto dami ka fele mulu fana ko mu nyonding sabarota bawo femfe yalon ko ala la jon dingol miti ay baba luwoto lumba silan tol be kat ni nabat balna ala fana dani doron fo ala sa am nyimingeta amu nyota ni sabaro ala sala katun ko kula mi yalon ko ala ta kula mamina modo senin kenu ka fale ko joron ala bula jongo online tv noma ala baraka ba ke fo wati doni nata andon alo mali fana alman famala ni ala baraka